On a crisp, clear night, imagine gazing up at the moon. It's full and glowing, casting its pale silver light over Earth's landscape. But tonight, something's different. Just beside it, a tiny companion orbits gracefully another moon, circling our moon. A moon with its own moon. For a moment, your heart skips. Is it an illusion? A comet? A satellite? No, it's real. Let's rewind the cosmic clock. Long before humans named stars or pondered gravity, about 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was young and violent, shaped by swirling gases and colliding bodies. In those formative days of the solar system, there was another planet in Earth's neighborhood, Theia. Roughly the size of Mars, Theia's orbit brought it fatally close to Earth. The collision that followed was not just a destructive event, it was creation disguised as chaos. Theia slammed into Earth with unimaginable force. The impact hurled molten rock and gas into space, creating a ring of debris around our planet. Over millions of years, this debris came together under gravity's pull, slowly sculpting itself into the glowing sphere we now call the moon. From that colossal crash came the gentle orb that lights up our night. But what if the moon, born from such violence, found itself with a companion of its own? A moon orbiting the moon. It sounds absurd, even childish, like the kind of story a curious 10-year-old might dream up. Yet in theory, it's not impossible. Scientists have explored the concept of submoons, or moon-moonstony satellites that orbit larger moons. In fact, the idea is more than plausible. It's gravitationally complex, yes, but not forbidden by the laws of physics. To pull this off, the moon's moon would need to walk a cosmic tightrope. It would have to orbit close enough to the moon to stay bound to it, yet far enough from Earth to avoid being ripped away. One slip, and the tiny satellite could be flung into space or crash back to the moon, or worse, drift toward Earth. If such a submoon were to exist, it wouldn't have been formed in a great impact like the moon. More likely, it would have been an asteroid, wandering through space until it crossed just the right path close enough to be snared by the moon's gravity, but not so close that it spiraled into destruction. A beautiful cosmic coincidence. The object would have to be small, tiny, in fact. Scientists believe anything larger than a kilometer in diameter would destabilize the system. But a miniature moonlet, no bigger than a city park, could find a temporary home in lunar orbit. Its stay, however, would be brief, perhaps a few years or decades. Earth's gravity constantly tugs at the moon and everything near it. Over time, the pull would either hurl the submoon away into deep space or send it crashing onto the moon's surface. During its short celestial life, this moonlet would capture our imagination. Imagine poets finding new metaphors, artists painting the double moonlit sky, scientists racing to aim their telescopes at this once-in-a-lifetime visitor. The stories we'd tell, the myths we would craft, another era of lunar magic would dawn. But what if something went wrong? What if that little moon did not behave? Picture this. The moon, destabilized by gravitational tides, begins to spiral toward Earth. Moving at speeds of over 70,000 kilometers per hour, it enters our atmosphere like a bullet wrapped in fire. Its small size means it might burn up before impact, but not necessarily. If it stays intact, it could strike Earth with the force of thousands of nuclear bombs. Cities could be flattened, lives lost, all because a tiny rock couldn't hold its orbit. Now, while we are already bending the rules of the cosmos, let's take this idea a step further. Suppose, in a twist of fate, Earth and the moon traded places. Earth shrinks down to the moon's size, and the moon grows to match Earth's scale. A planetary identity swap. Let's call our shrunken world Little Earth and the newly inflated lunar body Big Moon. At first, it might seem like a quirky change, but the consequences would be staggering. On Little Earth, everything becomes strangely compact. Mountains, oceans, cities, all the same, just squeezed into a smaller sphere. But we humans, we stay the same size. So, suddenly, everything feels too close, too crowded. You weigh less, though much less. With only 27% of your normal body weight, you bounce around effortlessly. It's like living on a trampoline. But the fun doesn't last. Low gravity might sound appealing until you realize your body was built for Earth's normal pull. Muscles begin to waste away. Bones weaken. Fluids rush to your head, puffing up your face and shrinking your legs. Your spine stretches, painfully. Vision blurs. Your body, your very biology is in quiet revolt. And as little Earth fights to adjust, Big Moon becomes the bully in the sky. Now nearly as massive as Earth once was, Big Moon exerts powerful tidal forces. Oceans swell unnaturally. What used to be gentle tides become catastrophic tsunamis. Coastal cities vanish beneath the waves. Earthquakes shake the ground. Volcanoes explode. The surface of Little Earth becomes a nightmare of instability. Our atmosphere, already strained by low gravity, begins to escape into space. Without enough pull to keep it bound, the air thins. Oxygen depletes. Breathing becomes a struggle. Radiation pours in unfiltered by ozone or magnetic fields. The planet cools from the inside out, its molten core fading. Without this molten engine, Earth loses its magnetic shield. Solar winds strip away what's left of the atmosphere. What was once a vibrant blue marble becomes a dry, cracked rock. Day and night lose their meaning. Tidal locking takes over, and Little Earth always faces the same side of Big Moon. One hemisphere burns in constant sunlight. The other freezes in endless night. Weather systems collapse. Life, if it survives at all, clings to a shrinking band of twilight. But as Little Earth deteriorates, Big Moon becomes something more, a candidate for rebirth. Its larger mass gives it stronger gravity. It orbits in the habitable zone, receiving just the right amount of solar energy. If only it had an atmosphere, maybe, just maybe, humanity could start again. Terraforming Big Moon becomes our final gamble. Nuclear detonations crack the crust, releasing trapped gases. Water ice, hidden in lunar shadows, is melted to form lakes. Plants are introduced to seed the air with oxygen. Bit by bit, a new world is sculpted. It would not be paradise, but compared to the chaos of Little Earth, Big Moon offers hope. And here's the twist. Now, we are the Moon. Earth, once the mighty planet, is now the satellite orbiting a bigger, stronger celestial body. The roles have reversed. Our view of the sky, our place in the solar system, even our myths would have to change. Despite the suffering and upheaval, humans are resilient. From deserts to glaciers, we've found ways to survive. And maybe, just maybe, we'll endure this cosmic reshuffling too. As you look up at the night sky, the moon might still be there. Maybe not the one you know. Maybe it's bigger now, brighter, casting deeper shadows. Maybe, just maybe, there's a tiny speck orbiting it, what remains of a brief visitor, a moon of the moon. And if this video left you wondering what comes next, if we ditched Earth and aimed for Mars, or if Jupiter's moons harbored life, then you're in the right place. Because this universe, it's just getting started. Stay tuned for the next cosmic chapter. Turn up the music. Let the stars guide your imagination. If you enjoyed this journey, smash that like button if you learned something new today. And if you really enjoyed this trip through space and time, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel reach more curious minds like yours. Got your own crazy space theory? Drop it in the comments. We love hearing from fellow explorers. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and your imagination wide open.